And we have started from Srinagar to Nimmu, destination for the day, taking the route along Dal Lake. To the left is Dal Lake. Always amazing, always beautiful. Accompanying me ahead till Minimarg is Satyam on another Hanle Black, Himalayan Hanle Black. Temperature here is 18 degree. Today I have to cover a distance of approximately 385 kilometers. Google showing 8 hours 30 minutes. Satyam is a motocross rider, rides very fast, so I had to tell him, bhai dheere chalana. With my loaded to the gill bike, I won't be able to match up with you. He's an amazingly good rider as well. I was in Srinagar from year 2005 to 8. So old memory getting refreshed. Srinagar has changed a lot since my last visit. The vibes are different and outside it changed for good. Wow, we have started the jobbing. Satyam will be accompanying me till Minimarg and turning back, and I'll continue onward. From the scorching heat of 40-45 degrees down below, now on the bike I'm feeling a little chill. Started after the tea break from Minimarg, now climbing towards Zojila. It's all a climb to Zojila now, all through a climb. And Srinagar, the valley as always beautiful, breathtaking. The place we had tea was by the riverside and lovely, wonderful view. Today being a Sunday, it's the day for up traffic on Zojila. Now they're doing one day up and one day down. They generally don't stop motorcyclists, but for other four-wheelers, it's a to manage the traffic, it's one day up and one day down. And today again, being a Sunday, there will be no army convoy movement, so that will help a lot. Otherwise the army convoy is usually consisting of 100+ of trucks, creates quite a jam on the road. Good curves, good road. This is the problem in narrow roads. If you got a bus or truck in front of you, difficult to overtake. Okay, got the gap, go. And this is the advantage of bike. Had it been a car, wait till he actually gets a space, goes to the side. Yesterday also it was bike which saved me, because before Banihal Pass there was a 15-20 kilometers long traffic jam, and people were like in sweltering heat and nothing to eat, drink. It's just painful. But being on bike, I could take those small gap which is on the side of the road and cut through the jam and be in time in Srinagar. The car guys must have reached, after 10 in the night, whereas I was in Srinagar at 7 in the evening. This is the problem of a typical army convoy. Hundreds of trucks, and luckily this has stopped. Had it been moving and in the same direction, becomes a pain to get ahead of them. But the major army convoys runs, I think, only on weekdays, and Sunday they do not run apparently. That's what I have been told. We are approaching Sonamag. I think another 15 odd kilometers. The road has become suddenly broken and patched, a lot of patches. But there is this massive road construction work going on to the left. If you see, I don't know whether it is visible or not. So this road is going to shift up the new axis. Time now is 8:35. I think by around another 15-20 minutes we will be in Sonamag. Got to refuel and then climb up to Zojila. Today being a off traffic day in Zojila Pass, traffic, as you see, is mostly going up, very less down traffic compared to the up traffic. Just after I had bought the Himalayan, to be precise, immediately after first service, around 500 something kilometers or 600 something kilometers, I had ridden down to Orissa from Jaipur to Bhubaneswar and back on Himalayan. So I felt the suspension is good. A lot of videos, a lot of YouTube guys have already brought it out. But this trip with fully loaded thing, in fact more loaded than a normal bike trip, because I am taking some additional stuff for somebody. I've got about 50 kgs of luggage. In spite of that, on this kind of roads, or even broken road than this, one doesn't even have to saddle. If you saddle, it is even more comfortable, obviously, but the suspension simply soaks up. Very less down traffic compared to the up traffic. Just after I had bought the Himalayan, to be precise, immediately after first service, around 500 something kilometers or 600 something kilometers, I had ridden down to Orissa from Jaipur to Bhubaneswar and back on Himalayan. So I felt the suspension is good. A lot of videos, a lot of YouTube guys have already brought it out. But this trip with fully loaded thing, in fact more loaded than a normal bike trip, because I am taking some additional stuff for somebody. I've got about 50 kgs of luggage. In spite of that, on this kind of roads, or even broken road than this, one doesn't even have to saddle. If you saddle, it is even more comfortable, obviously, but the suspension simply soaks up. What Royal Enfield needs to do is take care of the roughness of the engine. I stress on the word roughness and vibration and nothing else. The engine has grunt, everything fine. If they can just take care of the vibrations and the roughness of the engine when you rev it, this bike is going to be a lovely machine. It already is. Morning it was chilly and cold. Now feeling a little warm. Temperature has gone up to 24-25 degrees, and it is not the temperature, actually it is the direct sunlight. Sun has gone up, and the biggest mistake that I did in this trip was wearing a jacket which is inherently waterproof, Alpinestar jacket. I can't take out the rain liner, and it sweats like hell even with the vents open. Unless you are doing good speeds, you become a sweat factory, all wet with sweat. Oh, first view of snow along the road, and we are still about 5 kilometers short of Sonamag. The valley has become narrower. Ye wadiyan. What is that song? We are just entering Sonamag. Sonamag literally means the Golden Meadows. I've been seeing this place since 2003 when I was on this route for the first time, and it is a little early in the season. Some more time, the whole thing becomes absolutely lush green, as if somebody has put a green carpet all over the place. I mean, it becomes awesome. Only problem, only sadness in this whole affair of tourism is it is getting uncontrolled. Wherever the roads have reached, there is uncontrolled construction and pollution, especially pollution of non-biodegradable type, and everything goes for a 6. It becomes dirty, it becomes really bad. Every time one comes here to the valley, we just remember these things. ये हंसी वादियाँ, ये खुला आसमां और नीला भी. There used to be hardly any hotel or this kind of construction back in the days, and why to talk of 20 years back. Even 10 years back it was much less crowded and clean. But anyway, whatever said and done, the place is beautiful, and that's the reason I suppose people keep coming back here. I love to ask, भाई पेट्रोल पंप किधर है? पेट्रोल पंप
पेट्रोल पंप नहीं है, वो आगे 15 किलोमीटर नीचे
आगे पेट्रोल पंप है ही नहीं.
आगे आपको मिलेगा जहाँ पे थाना है ना,
हाँ,
की पुलिस, उसके नीचे से एक बेचता है, खुला पेट्रोल बेचता है उधर, यहाँ से जाओ.
अच्छा. This is problem. I'm left with 115 kilometer of range. Let me take off the visor. 254 transit camp, army car. Oh my god. Construction. भीड़. कोई बात नहीं. I don't believe there is no petrol pump here. ऐसा कैसे कर सकता हूँ मैं? We are in one of the steepest part of climb to Zojila. Taking it easy because of the big puncher that I have. Avoiding lean to the right because that puncher sits on right side of the tire. Wow, stunning. And this only keeps getting better. This only keeps getting better. Oh. The Zojila tunnel, as we were speaking earlier, will make the route to Leh perennial. But this fun of flying, riding through this ice wall, it all will be gone once the tunnel comes up. So guys, you must do Ladakh when this route exists. Look at this. We are about to reach Zojila Pass. Just about there. You can see snow scooter fun going on. All kind of. Snow adventure. Oh my god, my god, my god. Look at this, where is it taken his snow scooter? Good fun. Zojila top is always crowded. Oh my god. Get out of this crowd, man. Holy. Oh. Here we are finally at Zojila top. Kargil 96, Leh 326. We are at Zojila, 11,649 feet. Wow. This never stops exciting. This must be my nth visit to Zojila yet. This is the place, left is the place for ventilation shaft of the proposed Zojila tunnel. This should be the way to Matai Glacier, I suppose. Not very sure though. No, I think no. That's not Matai Glacier. Whatever you call it. Right now, both sides you can see the green meadows, and you have certain brown patches now. Give it another month's time. We are sitting in end of May, June, July. It will be absolutely lush green. This place is truly heaven. Truly heaven. Yeah, that's Matai, 1 kilometer. We'll take a halt at Matai, have something, drink water, most important thing in the high altitude area. So, we have entered Kargil. I don't know which is this route because I don't remember this. I don't remember entering Kargil through such narrow, it's different. Some system of one way. So I don't remember entering Kargil from this route. There's some one-way system they have brought in to manage traffic, I suppose. At least good. Yeah, this seems like the old road. Here we turn left. This road goes to Janskar, Padam, Rangdom. Last March, that is 2023 March, I did Janskar. So we entered from Manali and Shinkula, Purne, Padam, and exited via Kargil. So we are out of Kargil, on way to Leh. So it is 6 p.m. approx. Oh my. After that bridge, this whole stretch was empty, and I'm talking of not very old, about 5-6 years back. Now there is no space. In the far distance, you can see Namikla Pass. It must be around 2 to 3 kilometers. The road has become really good. And here we are approaching Namikla Pass. I don't know what is the height. But one stop for sure. Post my stop at Namikla,
started for Nimu, and Namikla to Nimu was a non-stop ride. Unfortunately, won't be able to show you much as my GoPro battery died, so I have no footage. However, post Namikla, the road is all good tarmac, wide road, and fun riding. See you in the next episode. Thank you.